associated with missile air defense infrastructure and testing activity. But that explosion, as you said, is pretty large for that. Residents in central Israel occasionally reported hearing controlled defense industry test explosions from facilities linked to companies like Rafael Advanced Defense Systems.
Yeah, so and I have some experience with particularly police and doing improvise, post blast or deactivating explosive devices. Normally what they do, if you have an explosive device, you try to separate the detonator from the actual explosive, so that you'll hear a large bang, but you don't get a mushroom cloud like this. And even if they had landmines or big mines to destroy tanks, again, you'd wrap those with det cord, what's called detonation cord, and set that off to get it to explode. But that wasn't this. I mean, this was...
Someone from the audience sent me a message, Larry. I think your initial thesis makes more sense. I'm leaning more on your thesis, on the initial one of it being a test. So someone from the audience says, claiming to be from Israel, the location is not bizarre. It's actually one of the expected places for these kind of tests. Tomer's facilities and related rocket propulsion testing are tied to Sedot Micha Air Base, a major secretive Israeli Air Force missile base in the same general area, roughly between Beit Shemesh and other central Israeli towns like Ramleh, where the 2020, so 2021 is where Ramleh happened, and this one is Beit Shemesh, which are 30, 40 kilometers apart. I'm leaning towards your first thesis, your first assumption that this is a missile test, an explosion test.
Well, I think it's an accident, because this is, you don't a test with this size of